Ronnie, it's great to have you back. Are you recommending that people take some profits here?
So what I'm basically saying is that what it looks like more than anything else is that we'll have an earlier wave of vaccination in the United States. Most people think it will be around mid-year. It now looks like we might have a significant amount of vaccination already in the first quarter. And once you pass roughly 50% vaccination of the public, we should see the epidemic plummet. So the argument is that the stock that should perform on this news are the stock that are part of the reopening trade. So like the hotels, the airlines, and my colleague just upgraded Love this morning. And less so of the drug companies, which are probably more of a source of funds for this trade. The stocks are also seeing a little bit of pressure from the nominees that the Biden administration is putting out. Becerra for HHS is not known as a friends of the drug industry necessarily. So the concern here is that the drug industry, while bringing the vaccine to the marketplace, are actually not the way to play the opening trade.
Right. No, that's interesting. I'm going to reiterate it to make sure everyone's following what you're saying, that we think a lot of investors are going to sell the vaccine names as a source of funds to buy the other reopening names. And you think once we hit about 50% of the population, there's not going to be as much take up. How profitable are these vaccines going to be for Pfizer and the rest of them? And I guess maybe the more direct question to ask is, are there any of the vaccine names that you have an outperform on right now?
So I have one of them. I guess Merck is an outperform, but not because of the vaccine position. I'm actually not arguing that you want to necessarily sell Pfizer, Moderna here on this set of news. As a matter of fact, if other companies falter and they end up being in the only vaccine markets in the marketplace, they could end up doing very, very well here as a result of that. But we don't know that, and we also don't know how long the vaccines last. Historically, vaccines have not been a great product. I'm reasonably sure the current pricing, they're probably making typical 80% plus margin on market sales. But typically, you think about vaccine as being more of a 50% gross margin product, which is relatively low for drug companies. And because those are mostly national purchases, if there will be several vaccine makers that make it to the market over the next year, by the time we get to the boosting doses in 22, 23, 24, we would ostensibly suspect the pricing of those vaccines will plummet to about $10 per booster shot in the developed market, wow, which is roughly what you see other vaccines selling at, simply because there'll be so much offering here. So yeah, I do think that BioNTech, Pfizer, Moderna will do great in terms of vaccine sales and revenue near term. I think we have close to $10 billion for Pfizer in 2021 for this. It looks like a one-time spike with revenue coming down later.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.